My dearest friends, gather yourselves in this sacred moment and let your hearts be open. For I come to speak to you of a truth so profound, so utterly transformative, that it will shatter the very foundations of what you have been taught about wealth, about abundance, about the coming of all good things into your life. What if I told you with absolute certainty that the money you seek, the abundance you long for, the wealth you dream of experiencing is not something out there, waiting to be acquired, earned, or even attracted? What if I told you that it is already in this very moment within you, that it is a state, a glorious state of being, waiting for you to simply claim it, to inhabit it, to assume it as your own? This is not mere philosophy, my friends. This is the bedrock of creation itself. This is the ancient, immutable law by which the entire cosmos operates. The outer world, this vast panorama of life, is but a perfect mirror, reflecting precisely what you hold within the silent, sacred chambers of your own consciousness. Do you hear me? The money, the abundance, the wealth that you desire to flow into your experience is not coming to you from some external source. No, it is blossoming from within you, for you are the source. You are the fount. You are the ever-present I am from which all things proceed. You do not attract wealth, you become wealth. You do not chase abundance, you embody abundance. Your world, your physical circumstance, your bank account, the opportunities that present themselves, the very flow of life, are but shadow and substance of your deepest inner convictions, your most profound assumptions. Listen to this. Listen closely, for this truth, when truly grasped, will set you free from the endless struggle, the ceaseless striving, the persistent feeling of lack. It will usher you into a realm of effortless manifestation, where your desires materialize with grace and certainty. This morning ritual, this 20-minute immersion, is not a mere habit. It is a sacred doorway. It is the golden key to unlocking the storehouse of infinite supply that resides within the very core of your being. So let us journey together into the heart of this truth and reclaim the magnificent inheritance that is already yours. How many of you, my friends, have walked the weary path, the path of the seeker, endlessly pursuing that elusive phantom called money? You look for it in the marketplace, in new opportunities, in the relentless grind of effort, believing it to be a scarce commodity, something to be wrestled from an unwilling world. You are told to work harder, to save more, to invest wisely, to hustle, to compete. And while these actions may have their place in the outer realm, they often spring from a deeper, more insidious belief, the belief in lack. The belief that you are separate from your supply. You glance at your bank statements with trepidation, feeling the knot of anxiety tighten in your stomach. You compare yourselves to others, feeling the sting of perceived inadequacy, the shadow of not enoughness. You believe that if only you had more, then you would feel secure, free, joyful. You chase the fleeting shadow on the wall, convinced that if you could just grasp it, your troubles would cease. But my dear ones, the shadow is not the substance. The shadow is merely a projection, a faithful, unwavering reflection of the light or the absence of light within you. This is the false path, the common illusion. You perceive the world as primary, as the arbiter of your fate. You see the external circumstances, the economy, your job, your past mistakes, your current responsibilities, as the unyielding bars of a cage. You believe that you are a victim of conditions, a pawn in a game played by forces beyond your control. And so you struggle, you push, you strive. You feel the weight of the world upon your shoulders, perpetually seeking a solution outside of yourself, always just one step behind the abundance you crave. You may declare, "I want money," but in the quiet chambers of your heart, you feel the absence of it. You affirm prosperity, but deep within, the fear of poverty lingers, a subtle, corrosive whisper. And what does the mirror of the world reflect back to you? It reflects your dominant feeling. It reflects your deep-seated assumption. It reflects the truth of your inner state. If you feel lack, you will see lack. If you feel struggle, you will experience struggle. The world is simply showing you yourself, just as the surface of a placid lake shows you the sky above. It has no power of its own to give or to withhold. Its only power is to conform to the image you impress upon it. This struggle, this endless pursuit, this feeling of not enoughness is but a dream from which you are now awakening. For the truth, the glorious, liberating truth, lies elsewhere. It lies within, always within. Now, let us turn our gaze from the fleeting shadows of the world to the eternal, unchanging light of truth. The revelation I bring to you is not new. It is ancient, yet perpetually fresh, waiting to be rediscovered by each individual soul. It is this: your imagination is God. Your consciousness is the sole creative reality. There is no other power, no other operating principle in this vast universe save the power of your own imagination. The outer world, with all its seeming solidity, its undeniable facts, is but a faithful servant, a perfect reflection, a precise manifestation of your inner state of being. Hear this deeply, reverently. To have money, abundance, wealth, is not to acquire an object or a quantity. It is to inhabit a state of consciousness. It is to feel, with every fiber of your being, the glorious reality of already having it. It is to know with an unshakable conviction that you are the wealthy one, you are the abundant one, you are the source of all supply. This is the divine secret. This is the hidden law. You are not observing reality. You are creating reality from within. Every thought you entertain, every feeling you nurture, every assumption you hold to be true about yourself and your world is a seed planted in the fertile soil of your subconscious mind. And that subconscious mind, my friends, is infinitely creative. It knows no judgment, no resistance. It simply brings forth into physical form that which you, through your feeling and imagination, have impressed upon it. Money, then, is not external to you. Abundance is not a distant shore. Wealth is not a lucky break. These are dimensions of your own being, states of consciousness waiting for you to occupy them. When you assume the feeling of wealth, when you truly inhabit the state of abundance, your inner world shifts. And as your inner world shifts, the outer world must, by divine law, conform. It has no choice. It is but a faithful mirror. The external world, my friends, is always pressing out into visible form the contents of your imagination and the quality of your feeling. The universe is not a deaf and dumb entity. No, it is intimately responsive. It listens not to your words alone, but to the deeper vibrations of your being, to the feeling that dominates your conscious and subconscious awareness. To truly possess wealth, you must first possess the feeling of wealth. To truly experience abundance, you must first experience the feeling of abundance. This is the revelation. This is the truth that sets you free from the illusion of lack and limitation. The power is not out there. The power is within you. You are the creator. You are the I Am. Let me share with you a testament to this truth, a parable that unfolds in the quiet chambers of human experience every single day, for those with eyes to see and ears to hear. There was once a man, let us call him David, who found himself ensnared in the relentless grip of financial lack. His days were a monotonous rhythm of worry and scarcity. Bills piled high, opportunities seemed to vanish before his eyes, and the dream of financial freedom felt like a cruel taunt. He toiled tirelessly, yet the harder he worked, the more the specter of debt seemed to grow, casting its long shadow over his life. He truly believed he was a victim of circumstances, that the world was rigged against him, and that wealth was reserved for a lucky few. One day, David stumbled upon this very teaching. Initially, skepticism was his closest companion. "How can feeling rich make me rich?" he scoffed. "My bank account tells a different story." Yet the persistent whispers of his soul urged him to experiment, to dare to believe, if only for a moment. He committed to a daily ritual, precisely as you will learn, for 20 minutes each morning. He began not by thinking of money, but by thinking from the state of already having it. He would close his eyes in the quiet solitude of his morning and begin to feel. He imagined receiving a bank statement, not just seeing numbers, but feeling the relief, the peace, the profound security that those numbers implied. He would hold it in his mind's eye, a tangible document, seeing the abundant balance far exceeding his needs. He didn't just see it. He felt the crisp paper in his hands. He heard the joyous sigh escaping his lips. He experienced the lightness in his chest as the burden of lack dissolved. He went further. He imagined the joy of being able to pay every bill, not just on time, but with an overflowing surplus. He saw himself giving generously, with an open heart, to causes he cared about, feeling the warmth of compassion and the ease of limitless supply. He didn't ask how this money would come, he simply assumed the feeling of its presence, he assumed the feeling of financial freedom, he assumed the feeling of profound wealth. For days, nothing external seemed to change. The bills still arrived. The daily struggles persisted. His mind, the old, habitual mind, tried to drag him back to doubt. But David, with a newfound discipline, returned each morning to his imaginal act, lulling his conscious mind into the assumption, impressing the subconscious with the undeniable reality of his wealth. He lived as best he could from the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Then, slowly, subtly at first, the world began to conform. An old friend, whom he hadn't spoken to in years, contacted him with an unexpected business proposition that aligned perfectly with his skills and passions. This led to a significant, recurring income. A forgotten investment from long ago suddenly yielded a substantial return. A creative idea he had suppressed for years, when finally acted upon, opened up entirely new streams of revenue. The opportunities weren't forced, they unfolded naturally, gracefully, as if the universe itself was orchestrating events to match his inner conviction. Within months, David's financial situation was utterly transformed. The debts vanished. His bank account swelled with abundance. His days were no longer consumed by worry, but by a profound sense of peace and joyful contribution. He realized that the money didn't come to him. It unfolded from the state of wealth he had dared to inhabit within. The world, the faithful mirror, simply reflected back the magnificent image he had impressed upon his own consciousness. This is the proof, my friends. This is the testament to the immutable power that lies dormant within you, waiting for your conscious awakening. And so, my dear friends, we arrive at the sacred ritual, the practical method by which you may impress the feeling of wealth, of abundance, of limitless supply, upon the fertile soil of your subconscious mind. This is your morning devotion, a 20-minute immersion into the reality of your wish fulfilled. This is not a task, it is an act of creation, a sublime communion with the divine power that resides within you. Step 1. The sacred stillness and the breath of knowing. Find a quiet space where you will not be disturbed. Sit or lie down in a comfortable position. Close your eyes gently. Before all else, breathe. Take 3 slow, deep breaths, allowing your body to relax, releasing any tension, any anxiety, any lingering thoughts from the world outside. With each exhale, feel yourself sinking deeper into a state of profound peace. Now, in this stillness, gently affirm within yourself, not aloud, but in the quiet knowing of your heart, I am. Feel the profundity of this statement. This is the moment you connect with the source, the infinite being that you truly are. You are not a body with a soul. You are a soul, an eternal consciousness, wearing a body. In this stillness, you are planting the seed of pure awareness, preparing the soil for manifestation. This stillness is vital. It is the canvas upon which you will paint your desired reality. Step 2. The living scene of the wish fulfilled. Now, with your mind calm and your heart open, construct a vivid, sensory-rich scene that implies your financial desire is already a glorious reality. Do not imagine the money itself, for money is merely a symbol. Instead, imagine what having that abundance enables you to do or feel. Perhaps it is looking at your bank statement, seeing a balance that fills you with profound peace and gratitude. Feel the crispness of the statement in your hands, see the numbers, feel the deep exhale of relief. Perhaps it is the joy of writing a large check to a charity, feeling the expansive generosity, the effortless ability to give without a second thought. Perhaps it is paying off every single debt, feeling the lightness, the freedom, the emancipation from worry. Imagine tearing up the last bill, feeling the triumphant joy. Perhaps it is a conversation with a loved one, telling them, "We have more than enough, darling." Absolutely everything we need and more. And feel the warmth of their smile, the relief in their eyes. Choose one specific, vivid scene. Make it brief, yet rich in sensory detail. Engage all your senses. What do you see, hear, feel, smell, even taste in this state of accomplished wealth? Most importantly, what is the feeling? Is it peace, freedom, security, joy, relief? Dwell in this scene as if it is happening right now in this very moment. Live it. experience it, let it become real to you, not as a future hope, but as a present reality. Step 3. The lullaby of assumption. As you dwell in this scene, and especially as the vividness begins to subtly fade, begin to repeat short, resonant phrases that affirm your new state. These are not empty words. They are lullabies to your subconscious mind, imprinting the truth of your wealth. I am wealthy now. My supply is endless. Abundance flows to me effortlessly. Thank you, Father, for this infinite supply. I am financially free. Repeat these phrases gently, rhythmically, with feeling, like a soothing mantra. Let them echo in your mind, not as a demand, but as a statement of accepted truth. Do not question them. Do not analyze them. Simply allow them to permeate your being, soothing any lingering doubt, lulling your conscious mind into agreement. This repetition reinforces the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Step 4. The gratitude of possession. Conclude your 20 minutes by dissolving into a profound state of gratitude. Not gratitude for what might be, but gratitude for what already is. Feel the deep, heartfelt thankfulness for the abundance that is now your reality, for the wealth that is now flowing through your life, for the peace that now fills your being. This is the ultimate seal upon your imaginal act. Gratitude, felt deeply from the heart, is the most powerful magnet in the universe. It accelerates manifestation. It confirms your conviction. Bathe in this feeling of profound thanks, knowing that the law is unfailing and your desire is already accomplished in the invisible realm. This entire ritual should occupy your focus for a full 20 minutes each morning. Do not rush. Do not force. Simply assume, feel, and give thanks. This consistent, dedicated immersion is the key. This is how you impress the divine within and how you command the outer world to conform to your inner truth. This is the sacred method. My friends, this morning ritual is not merely an exercise. It is an initiation. It is an act of living from the end, of inhabiting the state of your wish fulfilled before the outer world reflects it. But the journey does not end when you open your eyes and step back into your day. No, this is where the integration truly begins. This is where the old mindset, the mindset of scarcity and striving, must yield to the new, the magnificent mindset of abundance and knowing. Your challenge throughout the day is to carry the feeling of that morning immersion with you. Like a golden thread, let the silent knowing of your abundance weave through the fabric of your daily experience. The world, with its incessant demands and its ever-present challenges, will attempt to lure you back into the old patterns of doubt, fear, and lack. You will see bills. You will encounter situations that seem to contradict your inner knowing. This is the test. This is the crucible where true mastery is forged. When the old doubts arise, when the feeling of lack tries to creep in, gently, yet firmly, redirect your mind. Remember the scene you created this morning. Remember the feeling of financial freedom. Whisper your lullaby of assumption. The outer world is merely a mirror. It is reflecting your dominant inner state. If you persist in the feeling of wealth, of abundance, the world must eventually reflect that back to you. It is the law. Contrast the old you, striving and anxious, with the new you, confident and serene in your inner knowing. The old you believed money was external, something to be acquired. The new you knows money is an inner state, something to be expressed. The old you reacted to circumstances. The new you creates circumstances from within. Live as if your wealth is already a present fact. How would the person who is already wealthy think? How would they speak? How would they feel about their bills, about their opportunities, about their future? Embody that perspective. This doesn't mean ignoring practical steps or being irresponsible. No, it means taking action from a place of peace and certainty rather than fear and desperation. When you act from the assumption of wealth, your actions will be inspired, guided, and far more effective. You will find yourself making choices, speaking words, and embracing opportunities that the old, fear-driven self would never have conceived of. Let your days be lived from the assumption of your wealth. Let your thoughts be saturated with the feeling of abundance. Let your responses to life be permeated by the quiet confidence of one who knows their supply is infinite. This integration is not a constant battle. It is a gentle realignment, a continuous return to the truth of your being. You are not waiting for money to come. You are living as if it has already arrived. And in this living, in this assumption, you become the magnet, the irresistible force that compels the outer world to manifest your inner reality. This is mastery, this is peace, this is the way of the conscious creator. So, my dear friends, the invitation is extended, the method has been revealed, the truth has been laid bare before you. I challenge you now, with all the compassion and conviction in my heart, to undertake this sacred morning ritual. Commit to it. Dedicate yourself to this 20-minute immersion for a sustained period, 30 days, if you can, or even 60. Approach it not as a chore, but as an exciting experiment, a profound act of self-discovery, a loving communion with the divine within. Observe the subtle shifts within yourself. Pay attention to the way your thoughts begin to change, the way your feelings transform, the way opportunities begin to appear in your outer world. Do not be surprised when the unexpected unfolds, when doors open you never knew existed, when money, abundance, and wealth flow into your experience from channels you could never have foreseen. For the law is absolute, and your imagination is the very power of God within you. You hold the master key. You possess the creative force. You are the I Am, the eternal source of all that is. Step into this truth. Claim your divine inheritance, live from the glorious assumption of your wealth, your abundance, your limitless supply. For it is already yours, waiting for you to simply awaken to its presence. Go forth, my friends, in peace, in knowing, in the joyous certainty of your magnificent power. Now let us go into the silence.